We're back! We're back! We're back! Whoa! Come on, let's just lift your top with that. It's not hard, is it?
Oh, Jesus.
What's going down? Well, I'll tell you what isn't going down.
What isn't going down?
I'll tell you what's not going down.
Oh no, this isn't a link to the... It is!
This ain't going down, but it will be soon.
Oh! Hey! It's a surprise PropDog Live. Oh, hang on. A bit more sombre.
Oh, yeah. No, exactly. Pull it down a little bit.
So, Mike's away. Mike has been called away because his son's not very well, so lots of love to Theo. And Dave is down in Wales dismantling a barn, which is what to be expected. So I'm joined by the one, the only, Mr. Noel Qualter.
Thanks very much, Alice. That is beautiful work. It's lovely to be with you all. I don't know how many people there are. We're just playing by ear, but it's...
I don't think there's any at the moment. Oh, there are some. There are
people.
Some. There are some, yeah. People, so obviously it's been a sad... yesterday was a sad day. It's a sad day today.
It was a sad day. I was doing magic. Very strange environment to be doing magic in, which lasted about 15 minutes, and then everyone got a large drink and looked at the floor for a couple of hours till they went home. I mean, that happens regularly at my gigs anyway, so it's not a massive surprise that people drift away during my shows.
But it is tough. Yeah, so yeah, I suppose deep sympathies for everybody who was doing a gig yesterday afternoon.
Yes, my thoughts are with them.
So, hi Brendan, hi Jack, hi Matthew Cully. So that's incredibly, some people have actually realised that we're completely out of sync with these Friday lives. They're meant to be every other week, but then...
but what a treat when it does happen.
I know, so they're surprise lives. I don't think we should bother. I don't even
Keep on the toes.
Probably shouldn't even stick with Friday anymore.
Also, why is it such a formalised time? Just randomly. 2 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, just randomly.
You've got to earn your right to watch PropDog Live, me feels. Lee Faraday says, hi Noel, long time no see, hope you're well.
Hey Lee, I've just got back from Florida. Yeah, no, all good, hope you're well.
He got his...
That's a little in joke for Lee, basically, and if he is laughing, you can't even see it, so...
So, we were... Oh, someone's coming in. Hopefully Aaron will be able to deal with the customer. But we've had a Murphy's arrival today, but we had absolutely nothing, no new products in it whatsoever, because quite frankly, they were all landfill. So if you bear me 1 second. No, coming in. No, so Aaron, she wants the king size thumb tips. So if you get the thumb tips, draw out. You can come in. You can come in as long as you're not on the... It's fine. It's fine. Hi Jack. Jack Simmons says, hi, we're okay. Lee Faraday is in hysterics.
That'll do. One person at a time. I always dream of that for an audience, so that's good.
I doubt he is really, I think.
Just looked at Oldham's league position, that's what he did. Joke again, just for one person.
Matthew Gully says he had a gig yesterday and it was a sombre moment, obviously.
It was, all my gigs are sombre occasions, so it's very hard to tell, but it was very strange.
Oh, God, yeah, bloody hell. So Gary Middleton says, hi Noel. Do you know Gary?
Hey Gary, yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Is there anyone you don't know? How long have you been in?
I'm older than time itself. Yeah, I mean, I've just looked at this. Turns out I've got grey hair. Genuinely a shock.
Yes, you don't want to be looking at that.
The light is not favourable.
Peter Booth says, is Noel Mr. Blonde?
I can officially confirm that the way you know it's not me is that I'm not capable of finishing a project. So Mr. Blonde was capable of finishing the project, so that's how it's definitely not me.
I have actually been grilling him, so it's fair enough. It definitely isn't him. Definitely isn't him, I believe. Ask Noel what happened last time Oldham played Liverpool. Noel, what happened last time Oldham played Liverpool?
I reckon a better way is that I text you about this and we take it away from the huge audience that we've got, because
was that a long time ago?
A lot's changed since then.
So it was a long time ago, and you still remember it?
Yeah.
I think that says enough, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, fair enough. So we have, so basically, so we had Murphy's arrived. We decided not to get in any of the new products on offer with Murphy's because they go straight into landfill, and we don't see why we should be filling up your bottom drawers. You've got better things to do with your money than buy bits of plastic that do or don't do what they say on the tin.
What have you got in?
Well, this is stuff from the previous week.
Oh!
So we have got some new stuff from the previous week, because I didn't do a live last week because no camera, no computer, no tripod. I did my best. I was trying hard, but you know, the best will, the customers weren't capable of holding the camera steady for an hour while I did a live. So yeah, so well it is. So this is definitely good. Definitely a good start. Is Chris Philpott's "Feel Better"? Now you remember 100th Monkey?
Do you know what I do? I remember. Yeah, I remember 100th Monkey. Very good, very smart man.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this though.
It is pretty much 100th Monkey. Apart from, instead of taking away, so 100 Monkey, if you don't know, was about 10 years ago, was it, probably?
Was it that long?
I don't know, everything
God,
feels
yeah,
like 10 years ago. Was the ability to take away people's power of reading, so they couldn't read, basically. Everyone else could read the card, but the person you're showing the card to couldn't. He switched it around now to cards that, if you take a picture, the card will say something to what they've just read. So it's a changing card without it actually changing.
That's better, isn't it?
It
Much
is
better
better.
to not have to do sleight of hand and it all being built into the prop.
And it's called Feel Better because obviously the cards they choose will be something slightly somber. So now you could say, how are you feeling about the Queen dying? And they'd pick a card that would be depressed, sad, somber, whatever it might be. Then they hold it up to the camera and they go, well, how do you think how do you feel about Charles being king? And it'll say euphoric.
I mean,
Just
other
an example.
options are
I'll tell you
available.
what, I'll take it.
Routining, there are other options available.
Well, he talks about the pandemic, which I think's a bit. I mean, I don't know. Really bad things happened in the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't touch on the pandemic just in case you hit a nerve.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really clever. I mean, for a self-working trick, which 100 Monkey is as well.
Yeah.
It's a genuine miracle that you actually do very
Also,
little.
it's a large thing that even if they think you did something sneaky, that is a size you couldn't do sleight of hand easily with and things like that. So it's just they're just taking a photo. Are they taking the photograph with their phone?
So you take a photo with their phone. So the card never leaves their hand. So these cards are marked as well. So you know which one. So they get to choose obviously one. They hold it up here. You obviously get to tell them what you think their card is. They say it's right, and then you turn around and take a picture. So it never. There's no switching. There's nothing. The card does everything for you, which is fun. I mean, it's good. It is brilliant.
For the right moment, the right event, the right thing. That's maybe not a trick for down the pub, but for the right moment, for the right time, that is the perfect routine.
Yeah. It's about £45, I think, which is. I mean, the thing about it is, Chris is the only one who can produce the cards,
Right.
so he's got a monopoly on it. He can charge what he likes.
It seems more than you
And
expect it to be. But if you want the ability to do that routine, then
Yeah.
that's the right prop for you.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good. I think the trick is definitely worth the 45 quid. So that's it. Yeah, the actual substance of what you get
Yeah.
is neither here nor there. When do you guys get the Charles Phantoms cut out? King Charles, obviously. Yes, soon I expect. Gears a chance. We haven't recovered from the shock yet. Any new or old Magic books you recommend?
That is a great question, Alex. What do you recommend?
Give us
Gives a subject. Narrow it down.
Yeah,
narrow
you've
it
got
down.
to slightly narrow it
Kids
down.
Magic, close-up card tricks, mind reading.
I mean, I'll tell you what. So the best book, value for money, is almost certainly, definitely in my mind, is Mark Wilson's Book of Magic. It's got everything in it.
Yeah.
You don't really need another book. It's got Mentalism, it's got Escapology in it, it's got most of Bobo's in it, and it's got most of Royal Road in it.
It's the best
It's
beginner's
got rope
book.
stuff in it. Yeah. So I think I don't think there's a better book out there for Magic that covers everything. Other than that, you're going to look at sort of more specific books, which give us a hint.
Give us a lead.
Nigel Quinn. I hope you're both well. Will you be at TMC Convention?
I will be there, Nigel. I don't need to ask whether you'll be there because you're everywhere, omnipresent. But I will be there. Yes.
Are you doing anything there? Or are you just
I'm
through to-
covering for Spellmaner's X. That's what I'm doing. No, I'm doing nothing. Just being a punter and just having a good time, having some Sunday Magic, browsing of tricks and watching lectures and stuff.
You still buy stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I've not really knocked it on the head. Yeah. No, I'm still a man who consumes more Magic than I should do.
Yeah. Which is good because would you still class it as a hobby?
If I was doing my dating profile, which I'm not, Nikki, but if I was, it would say magic is both my hobby and my job, which is appealing to nobody. But it's true in that I gig, but I also love playing with magic and props and all kinds of silly stuff. So yeah, I'm always thinking about tricks.
Right, okay. Have we got the bond slopes finesse wallets yet? No, and so that's the little small ones. No, they've been ordered forever. Hopefully soon. Fingers crossed. John Mason, billet effects using a switch box. Is that a question, John, or is that an answer to something?
It's a statement, isn't it? So
yeah.
far.
So I guess. Oh, that'll be the phone. Expand on that, John, and we'll answer you.
We'll colour that in for you.
Pete's Boo says, how do you decide what not to get in? Well, our judgment is basically it. I think you'll find that, so there's this, generally a lot of magic is just produced for the sake of producing it, and a lot of people just buy it for the sake of buying it. Whether you want to know the secret and how good that secret is, or whether you're ever going to use it, it doesn't really seem to be much of an issue. So there are tricks out there that I think you might play with and then stick in your drawer, which you might quite like. There are sticks you just get and think are rubbish, and I think either of those, especially with the shop relocating next year, which we're trying to, yeah. I know it's been a bad couple of days for you. Bad couple of days. So
somber day.
So we'll be more careful, really, with it. So you'll find that a lot of shops obviously just automatically will have everything Murphy's offer on their site, and we're being more judgmental. So you kind of hope that if someone comes in, we've got a lot of stuff in this shop, that if someone comes in and says, is it any good, we have to go, no, you don't want to buy it. So we're trying to get rid of, we're not trying to get rid of that stuff to you, we're trying to stop getting more of that stuff in and only sell you the stuff that we think you will genuinely use. And so it's down our judgment.
Honesty is rarely seen in a magic shop. Having been doing this for a very long time, if you want something and you've done all of your due diligence and you've watched the trailer, you've read the reviews, you thought, that's still the thing for me, I'm guessing you get it in. But if, you know, PropDog will always see you right.
Thank you. And it is tricky. So people, obviously, I mean, pre-sales become a really big thing, which I just think is nonsense. But just advise anyone, just never buy anything on pre-sale. And there are loads and loads of review channels out there now. Loads and loads of people on all sorts of forums telling you what something's like. You just don't need to buy it in the first week. You really don't. If it's any good, it'll be there. You can wait. Yeah. If it's rubbish, then it'll vanish.
Any suggestion that it'll be out of stock, if you don't get it from the first run, it won't be in stock for 3, 6, 9 months. Elena Secrets, that isn't true.
Yeah.
If it flies out the door, I mean, unless it's being machined and some little old lady doing it. Other than that, they will restock as soon as possible. You might have to wait a couple of weeks, but you've lived without it all your life, so just wait.
Yeah, exactly. Eric, you've got a question, Eric? It's all right. Alright, okay. John Mason, I would like to do effects with the new Crystal Billet Box.
Regal's thing, is it?
I don't know which billet box is the new Crystal Billet Box. Is it a billet switching device, or is it like a maze box which changes lots of billets, or is it a single billet that changes?
If it's David Regal's thing,
is he got
is it out with Murphy? I don't know if I just got him on the mail list. So David Regal's got a crystal clear box that you have to do a half turn as you go back to the stage for the magic to happen.
Okay.
I think that's not exposing too much. That's certainly what he's doing when I'm watching it. But so effects with it.
Well, I mean, yes, Regal. Well, it'd be any prediction, I suppose, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things you need to force something, or using it for smarter ways, trying to do a range force, get it down to a small selection of things. So you've got out. So combining methods is a really useful thing to do. But like the straightest line is, you think of everybody thinks of a city, a place, an actor, a thing, and you're going to predict that. But really, they are utility tools. So whatever you dream, just dream the craziest thing and build a magic trick around it.
Well, think about yeah. I mean, something personal to you, John. Perhaps. I mean, I don't know what your hobby is or what you do in your spare time or anything like that. But you know, maybe you might be better off linking it into something like that. You might have a more unique, end up with a more unique presentation.
And don't just do it in isolation. The worst thing you could do is everybody wrote down a bunch of cities, and someone reaches in. It says Paris, and I've got a poster of Paris behind me. If you were doing more than one routine, which I'd assume you were, if you were had a large sort of billet switching box, build a routine around it, have several phases, have methods that cancel each other out, put the whole thing together, layer it and texture it. Because if you just make it as a straight line to force something, then spectators might be able to figure out that something to do with that box. But if you put the whole thing together and there's lots of different layers, hopefully it'll be more deceptive.
There you go. Right, so what else have we got? Oh, here we go. Sharp burn. Why are you smiling? This is good. This is good.
Good. All right. Pitch it to me.
Right, I will pitch it. So it's blatant. It is so simple. It's only $19.99. I can say that now. Sharp burn. So you know the old blistering effect where you pretend to burn your.
Yep.
Yep. You got the whole shenanigans. Normally something you got to carry around, isn't it? It's like on your key ring, up your hand in your
An
pocket.
extra thing.
You've got
Yeah.
a thing in your pocket. It's on the back of your card. It's all very clunky. But we've all got a Sharpie, haven't we?
Loads.
And there you go. So your hands on the Sharpie. They're signing away.
That's great.
You're getting your.
Not been done before. Just feels like.
It feels like it should have been done. Feels blatantly obvious
Is
now.
it plastic? Of
Yes,
course it is.
yeah.
You still get the
do.
blister. Yeah.
You do. It's absolutely brilliant. So just stick that. whether
Literally, I've broken it already.
But the point is, you're carrying this anyway.
Yeah.
So whether
No
you-
extra space.
whether you're going to use it or not, or you end up using it, is up to you. Just stick it on your Sharpie that you've got for the gig.
That's a winner. That
Yeah, it's
20 quid.
20 quid.
What was the last trick? There was 20 quid. That was great. They're just that's
So
something
no.
you'll use.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great that.
So there you go. That is Sharp Burn by Alan Wong. Which, yeah. I mean, I was just surprised.
Yeah.
No, Mike's not here. So, right. Will you be stocking refilled by Henry Harris? No, we won't. We're cutting down on the number of suppliers and stuff we use. And by the time we get Henry Harris, and F1 will be shipping it over. F1 will be charging the same price for it. It's probably not worth us doing it as well as everybody else. Matt, that has been done before. Well, there we go, Matt.
Matt's in there with a bombshell.
Ooh. Okay, let us know then, Matt. Let us know, and we'll bring it up with whoever we can. What is your favourite and go-to for close hand table magic? Go on, Noel. You answer that.
Sure, brilliant. Thank you.
do you
Appreciate
need
that.
to
It depends. I think favourite walk-around tricks.
add up how much
Visual
that
magic,
is.
fantastic. Stuff with flash paper, things with money are a great opener. Any sort of plot to close with where a thing that's been signed or that people have a signed object to an impossible location as a finish is a great way. So you can build an act around that. Something you can open with that's visual, with money or coins, and then a middle trick, and then finish with something signed appearing in an amazing place. I do Destination Box a lot, which is John Allen's fantastic bill/card to impossible location, and it's a sizable box, but it is also a killer trick, and I've done it.
So was it 6 king size?
hundreds of times
And
over
6.
the last sort of 20 years. That's fantastic. Extreme Burn is always the classic. In fact, I was doing it yesterday for a while until it got super weird having cartoon face of the Queen, and then people looked a bit weird and I stopped at the gig. So I might give Extreme Burn a rest for a couple of weeks before resurrecting it. But yeah, lots of great stuff. What else are people saying? How many reveals with Sharp Burn? That is a great question that Alex is going to come back to. I'm going to go with
There we go.
1, but let's see.
It is just the one.
It is just the one, But see, you're not going to be able to repeat it, but that's for the same audience. But just find new people. But yeah, I like that. Wait for Matt to get back with who it's been done. Alex, I'm holding this together. Let's.
You are doing very well.
Honestly, I'm a natural. Hello.
Are there any more comments? Well, open up. Have a look at what we got. Yeah, no, there's nothing there, is there? Well, the next.
So right, close-up tricks. And I keep talking about. Oh, he's back. He's back. He's almost back, folks. If you can just.
Yeah. Sure.
Um,
Yeah. We'll order some. Yeah.
I always thought I could be a TV presenter, and it turns out the answer is no.
It's tough. Well, yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
It is because that
Doesn't do anything.
doesn't do anything. Just staring at you,
Yeah, you are.
unblinking.
What was your favourite go-to for close-hand table magic? What was it?
That sounds like SEO, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But my favourite, I like to do stuff. So Extreme Burn, the old classic that I think every close-up magician has done. That's a great opener, and then closing with built impossible location or something signed, something that's built throughout the whole routine. Maybe you've introduced a lime or a lemon early on with chop gut, and then you're going to do a load of stuff, and then that signed note appears in the box or in the lemon or something like that, and then you've got a through line, you're building an act, because that's what close-up should be. You're trying to build a whole act around what you're doing. It's not just disembodied tricks. That's the goal anyway.
Steve Rose says, Sharp Burn, definitely done before. I have the 3 of clubs, came with a card reveal on the Sharpie too. Oh.
Steve's on the case too.
I mean, was it Sharp? Was it the same product by Alan Wong, Steve, or was Alan Wong?
I haven't heard of this product, this name before of the thing, but I
because
don't doubt that someone's done. I mean, I'm absolutely happy that it's done.
I mean, the best thing is, Steve's guessed the revelation as well, hasn't he? So well done, well done, Steve.
All right, Steve's got it. Yeah,
You should win a prize.
build yourself a flap card, Steve. Congratulations, you won a prize.
Rich Relish says, when Mike is back in, could you ask him to show the new Wayne Dobson ESP cards with senses on them rather than symbols, please? Yeah, we can. We'll do that. It's actually someone else did. It's an old Pat Page did a similar thing with senses on them. Mike's not going to like me saying that, but there is also a Pat Page trick that's fairly similar. Should you be interested? Dalian Terry says, Entourage and Joker's Gambit, go. Well, they're the same, aren't they? How Joker's Gambit got past the great minds at Murphy's, I've got no idea.
It does seem Entourage isn't a buried secret, is it, by any means? It's not. I mean, it's a packet trick, but I think a healthy proportion of magicians have come across that trick.
And also, I suppose, would you not think they go, shall we check this packet trick hasn't been done before? Is there anything like that?
There is having released stuff with Murphy's. I think I don't know if there is a dedicated team that are on the case, but there's enough smart minds there that I'm surprised it got past them. When was Entourage? 15, 20 years ago?
I would have thought so. There are plenty of.
It seems there's not been that many great new packet tricks.
I mean, bloody hell, it's 22 now, isn't it? Oh god, yeah, at least maybe 10 years ago.
Let's go to the pub after this. We're very old. Yes.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, so I think it's. I think it's amazing that no one knew at Murphy's, and I'm assuming that they've now pulled it. I've been in discussions with them, and they were in the process of deciding what they were going to do. But obviously, again, that was a clear-cut one that we couldn't sell it, basically. Also, not only that, the cards that you got were awful. Don't know where it is now. It's been thrown away. But they weren't bicycle jokers or anything like that. They weren't bicycle backs. They were just horribly printed, horribly cut cards. So
wow,
it wasn't as good as Entourage, strangely enough. Yet alone any way better. Mapper says the blister trick was Sharp Impression by Richard James.
That rings a bell. Most of the sharp puns have been done before, and it's very hard. It all sort of blurs together.
Oh, that's very interesting. Oh well, might have to have a little bit delve deeper into that then.
Turns out that 2 Wongs. We can't do it. No.
Mike would be so pleased if he was a better. No,
can't do it. I can't quite get there.
Kevin King's on a Caribbean island. Thanks for telling us that, Kevin. Is it? It's probably an all expenses paid gig, isn't it? You've probably got half an hour's stage show, and then you're off. Sharp Burn could be used with Car Sharpie from Richard Sanders. Card Sharpie. Sharpie card. What was the Richard Sanders? He had a card reveal on it, didn't he?
Oh!
Not Smash, that's the other one. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. It's all just, there's tons and tons of similar stuff.
Great. Last Exit to Nowhere t-shirt. My second favourite British company after PropDog. What is that then?
I've got a lot of gimmick T-shirts.
You have got a lot of gimmick
Yeah,
T-shirts.
a lot of gimmick
I haven't even.
Jim will paint it. Big shout out for Jim will paint it as well. Also, great T-shirts as well.
I thought I assumed this was a normal T-shirt. Is this one that you've?
No, it's just it's widely available.
What is it in reference
Well,
to anything?
We can play a little trivia thing while I also try and remember what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone wants to shout out what it is.
All right. Your husband's here. It's Seifel.
Oh, Seifel, you should be at home putting on dinner for me. Me and Seifel live together for any PropDog regulars. We don't, but we're often in the shop at the same time.
Yeah, they always turn up at the same time. Yeah, sharp impression by Richard James. So there you go.
That rings a bell.
And it was also the 3 of clubs. Maybe Alan Wong made it. For
That's
Richard.
also
Maybe they've done a deal then, because
it's Penn and Teller's force card, isn't it? I think that's why a lot of it's the one that they always force. So I think it's one of the ones because it's easily identifiable at a glance. So I think that's possibly the reason why it's chosen. But it's oft chosen as the force reveal of choice for things like that.
Well, there you go. So thanks, Steve. Yeah, we'll have. I know Mike's got Anna's number. We'll find out about that. Al Prendo. Hi, Al. Afternoon, guys. Nice to see PropDog live back. Match of the day got high compliments last weekend at the South End Sorcerers Close-Up Com. Oh, I don't know. Hope you did well, Al. Were you?
Yeah.
Did you win, or was someone else performing it? Some other sneaky devil. It went really well at Blackpool. It's one of those tricks that needs to be demmed to sell, but it does go down so well. Adam Evans. Hi, guys. If you're not going to Circle Convention, can you come to dealers? It's oh yeah, no, I'm not going to either. But you're going to go to both.
Yeah, I'll be there for both. Basically, I'm half Alex for that day, with no props and no product from PropDog.
Well, when I looked, no, there's no reason for me to go to the dealers thing. I don't know. It's just a trek into town.
Busman's holiday, isn't it?
Yeah. Back to the Future. Danny Marsh. Back to the Future
Is the correct answer.
Oh, is that the town in?
Yeah.
Is it? There you go. God.
Do you know what? The Crosso, I didn't doubt we'd have to wait long for the nerds to assemble, but yes.
God dear. And you bought it?
You do. You get a lot of weird smiles on the tube occasionally from people, and in advance you go, he's going to do the smile. He's going to do the knowing smile go.
Oh.
But you do get that a lot.
Rodney James Piper says, can you show the legendary 10-to-1 card trick?
Yeah, Rodders, I will text you my reply to that rather than torture all of these lovely Magic fans at home. But I hope you're well.
Right, so Pop Deck by Ruben Goni is basically multiplying decks of cards. No, not decks of cards, boxes of cards.
Yeah, I watched the
There's no cards
trailer.
inside, obviously. That would be a real miracle if you had lots of.
And because I watched the trailer, is that meant to be a secret? Because obviously it's more impressive to produce decks of cards. Is the trick? I'm not trying to hide it. I am producing empty boxes of cards because it would work as a social media thing because you couldn't sell the idea there is a deck of cards in there, which is 1,000 times more impressive. But if it's just I'm producing boxes of cards, because we all know what the origin of those cards were, boxes of cards before they ended up in a Magic prop, they were flat.
But yes, yeah.
That's the thing I can't get past.
So what I do know is we were asked by someone to make something very, very similar, but with cigarette boxes a couple of years ago. It must have been before COVID, and he was just going to bring them out. So he just sort of brings a whole load out of a pocket, which is obviously clearly impossible that he had from there. So it is a production. You know probably that they're probably not, I mean, obviously don't call it Pop Deck before you do the trick, but I'm guessing it's a parlour, a gag, or a
running
stage
joke
thing.
thing. I don't think the trailer sort of makes it look like here's some visual magic, but I think if you do it as a bit of shtick, a silliness, because a little middle thing between routines or something like that was a social media trick, but I can't see it as a feature I'd like to present my amazing multiplying boxes trick. So the first thing you do is pull out a regular deck of cards, and then how do you get into it?
Well, I mean, lots of ways, but yeah. So basically, you'd have one deck, and then obviously off the top of it, you can start picking up loads. Visually, it looks great. I mean, I think it's funny. Or you can literally just have them all at the same time.
Yeah.
So you could just expand them.
And if it was for a social media thing, you can slightly manipulate the thing and have
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
having a little noise of a deck dropping it down. So rather than having the flat noise of card box landing, you could clip the sound of an actual deck landing on the table and replace that for the rather flat sounding a box landing on the table.
But he does teach you how to make it, so it does come, obviously,
Flat pack.
flat pack.
It's good that you managed that.
So you do have to make it. Everything you need to make it is in there, apart from a needle, which, if you think what goes with a needle, you'll get the method. But the best thing is, so they are easy to make.
Good.
Because he's taught you how to make them, they'll be pretty sturdy. Should anything go wrong, you'll know how to fix them. Should you decide that you wanted to do it like we did with cigarette packets or any other boxes, you will have a template with which to customise it as well. So it doesn't have to be card boxes at the end of the day. I think there's a fair amount of the stuff which goes with a needle.
So you can make it with different card back if you fancied it, presume.
Yeah,
Once
you
you bought
different
it,
card
you know.
back, do everything. Oh yeah, you've got ample. Haven't you? So you've got about a whole reel of
Whatever it is that goes with
whatever
the
it is that goes on
Can
a
anyone
reel.
crack the code?
Goes.
It's like the Enigma code here.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you follow that thread, you'll be fine. Right. So there you go. I like it. I haven't got a use for it.
Yeah.
But you just need need
It's
that reason. You just need that reason, and it's very good.
Well, Matt Wright in his FISM act has got a great trick that is also available, but it's got that sort of multiplying decks of cards moment, and it's just playing that as a silly fun. Oh, I can't believe I'm caught in this. Rather than just that smiling, dead-eyed sort of close-up magician thing. If you're surprised, and I'm going to show you this, I just did one deck of.
Yeah.
I've got another one, and you're caught in this sort of loop. And if you can play that for laughs, I think that is funny. Don't take my word for it.
I can see it being funny.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a joke. No one understands the difference between twin pines and lone pines. I'll move off now.
Yes.
Right, who has the best Magic T-shirts that you mentioned?
Best Magic. Oh. What sort of funny Magic T-shirts? That is a niche area. I think a few people have had a go at little Magic T-shirts. They've normally gone for sort of badass, cool, the sort of that. I don't know that. I call it like the lazy Ace of Spades. You know the wiggly Ace of Spades that every new close-up magician's got a new sort of a wiggly Ace of Spades logo. That kind of thing, like Theory 11 illusionist sort of branding. I don't think anyone's going for fun. I think most people are going for I'm a badass, which by the very nature of wearing the T-shirt, you ain't.
I did. I made my own. I thought it was funny. One. Do you know you get those Beatles T-shirts that sort of Paul Ringo whatever. And,
Yep.
I had one. But it was all about the past. So it had jiggle turnover and so on. So,
I also had one as well,
which was-
but it is not. It is too sensitive for 2022. So those that know, and everybody else just have to deal with it. But I did have one T-shirt, but I'm never wearing it again.
All right. Steve Rose says hi to Lee Faraday. So there you go. Nice. Everyone.
Putting people together. That's what we do.
Get a room. Peter Booth says, do you know any way to vanish a signed note to marker?
I've got a method that is beautiful. In fact, you could say it was bliss. It is. It's fantastic. I believe still in stock. Smash hit of 5 years ago, but
Black Label, wasn't it?
oh, it's the good stuff.
Black Label, good
Can't
stuff.
go wrong with that. No, bliss widely available from myself and also the fine people at PropDog.
And I know this is a bit like Pop Deck here, as there you go.
I presume they're the last three you've got in the world, as everything else is. Yeah.
Yeah, fly.
Still somewhat available.
Right. So actually talking about sign notes, bills and markers, Scott Alexander has reissued his
Final answer.
Final answer reloaded.
This morning I bought it, and I know. And the crazy thing is, I bought the original one 20 years ago, which I can officially announce was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was absolutely terrible, and I paid hundreds of pounds. And yet, 20 years later, no smarter, I've just spent $500 on a trick that I'm almost certainly not going to use. But I do like a gadget, so the original final answer just didn't work for UK notes. I mean, people gave me some stick for bliss for rolling up a note. I'd want a 10-man team to roll up the note that you needed for the final answer for the original.
So I
version.
did, but I bought final answer
Second hand from 12 people on, I assume, like most
Yes.
people did.
But again, I mean, it looked. I mean,
It
if it worked,
The method is brilliant. The gimmick is looks great and does great. And on the video, in the original video, there was great teaching. And there's one secret that everyone that's got it will know. That's brilliant utility thing to know for Bill and Lemon. It was so many things that were great. Apart from the fact it didn't work. Certainly for UK notes. If you're in America or the rest of the world, you might be fine. But we were screwed. This apparently is different and bigger.
Well, so this is what confused. So obvious, right? So final answer was a no. We're not getting this in, by the way. How much did you pay for it?
Too much. $500.
Yeah, too much.
That's like 5 gigs. Yeah, a lot of money.
So and then he went on to Final Cut. So he then
I bought that as well.
I know. So did I. Obviously.
Now that is garbage.
So there you go. But that was meant to be, you thought Final Answer was good. This is so much better. So give me another $500. So which we do. He's now released another one, going back to the original method that he said wasn't as good.
I take it back. Yeah, no, exactly.
I was wrong before. It is actually brilliant. So I've relaunched it with. Is the gimmick very similar?
Final Cut was a low-tech answer to Bill and Lemon, and it wasn't without. It was good because a lot of the teaching was the same as from Final Answer. I think the good part from it was the same as from Final Answer, but Final Answer is hopefully a really great Magic product. But yeah, it's the first version could have been great, just wasn't for UK. If you're in the rest of the world, you've been fine. Hopefully the new version is great. I'm looking forward to getting it a couple of weeks.
The other problem is that I have to say, Dom, is you really don't need any of it to do the trick.
That's true. That's true.
That is
true.
I mean, I've gone back. I have both the predecessors, and I have just gone back to the traditional method that uses none of that.
There's a million
whatsoever.
There's a million methods. There is something. Great magic tricks come from great conditions. So with this version, you can give hopefully what looks like a very clean belief that you've not been near the lemon. The lemon's been in the audience the whole time, and lots of clever subtleties that I remember from the original video. But Alex is right. To spectators, it's the same trick. It depends how much those details are worth to you, and are they worth hundreds of dollars?
It'll be fun to see what it's like, won't it?
Sally.
Also, have you noticed he's beginning to? He is turning into Craig Petty.
Who?
Scott Alexander.
Physically?
Yes. Physically.
You cover this one. I don't want Craig.
Physically, he is. He is. I'll show you afterwards. He is beginning to look more. But you wait till you get to the tutorial. You'll be going, wow. I mean, I know Craig was a great inventor, and I know he was. He hasn't got the tattoos. He's got the shaved head. He's got the glasses. He's
shaved head.
I'm trying not to be unflattering to Craig, but Scott's gotten a bit bigger as well.
Right. Hey, could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
COVID.
Do you use the cooler deck switch? I've got it. I don't use it.
Same answer for me. It's knacky and hangs up every time. That's my review.
Yeah, and I'm quite happy to do a little pocket dipping for a deck switch that I know is definitely working, and I don't have to rely on anything externally.
Or
snagging,
the Chaz Pro deck shell, which I still use, and it's sort of got that stink of being old-fashioned and naff, but it's just a solid lump. Have you got any of those? The Chaz Pro, the deck shell.
Yeah, we should do. Yeah, we should have some in the.
Something like that. That isn't going to hang up. That isn't going to go wrong. That is just a solid thing. But yeah, big fan of that.
Roy Brownlow says, is it true the new PM is to introduce boat tax at £200 per week? I hope you're joking, Roy, because that's more than I earn, yet alone pay. What's your trick of the week?
Wow. Just give us a minute.
Well, it's not going to be trick of the week, is it? Because there was nothing released this week that we got in. So I can remember. So there was that My Name by Jota, which is his Starbucks / Coke cup.
I watched the trailer for that. Yeah.
Yep. Did you like it?
I'll stick with the facts. I watched the trailer for that. That's with no further comment.
No. So and then I guess it's something. So it's probably. I mean, I don't know. There've been so many things that have been released that. what is the best one? It's hard. Isn't it? I mean, the bar's pretty low.
Yeah.
It's probably something we just been released by someone other than Murphy's that we haven't got in. I don't know what it is. I think we have got. So can I mention? Prodigy Peak is a book. It was sent to me lovely by friends who sent it to me to read, with the prospect of us getting it in stock. And it is a super book all about peaks, justifying a peak. He teaches you his method of getting a peak. I think there's a centre tear in there as well, and it is a brilliant little book. It would be £35 if we were stocking it, but we're not going to. Not because it's not very good, but because we're just trying to keep down the number of suppliers are. But if you know anything about peaking, someone's got to write something down. You've got to justify why they're writing it down, or you feel you need to justify why it's writing it down, and you've also got to get the peak in a sneaky manner. And he deals with how to do that really nicely in just a very sensibly sized, easy to read book for a bargain, £35. So, and then you can actually just you've got a trick on you as long as you've got a pen and a piece of paper. You've got some great mentalism effects on you. So it's Prodigy Peak. It's by friends. I don't know who is stocking it in the UK. I know Penguin are stocking it. It's a really, really good book all about peaking, which is something I never really do, but there you go. Shaftesbury deck shell. There was something after the cooler that essentially with another side edge missing, best of both worlds.
What's his name? Put out. Pickpockety American. Greg Wilson. There we go. Greg Wilson did something that I think Madison had the same thing, and that was, what was that called? Began with R, something like that maybe. Cool black box, all that stuff.
I've never really gone.
Anyway,
never really gone into it.
But yeah, wasn't great. There we go. That's a review of
that. Roy Brownlow says mine's Imagine by Nardi. I don't know what that is. I haven't heard about it. I'll tell you. But we have got a new Alakazam thing. Probably the best. Well, they've talked about it. Yeah, Peter Nardi is Killer Elite Pro by Andy Nyman and Alakazam. We've got that in. It's in slightly bigger cards. It's a great little trick in the Nyman vein. Very simple. Well, it's the same as the old Killer Elite, but bigger cards and so on. I think Alakazam have been producing some good stuff of late.
Yeah,
I think
always good stuff from Pete and team.
John Archer says hello.
Right, Archini.
Gregory Wilson, everyone's answering. Q looking sexy.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, just like you, John. Living the dream.
Houdini is
all the gags can't work, can they?
Cold Case by Greg Wilson. People are.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I said beginning. Clearly that's wrong. I was thinking of Revolution, the deck spinny thing. Not that it's got anything to do with it, but it was Greg Wilson. Half a point to me.
Well done. Which we've got in stock.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got Cold Case in stock as well.
No?
So there you go. And unfortunately, what we do also have in stock is,
This is the coffee cup thing.
No. No. This is if you thought the coffee cup thing was bad, welcome. I would love to put, Jota and Julio Montoro in a room to see who could come up with the worst idea.
They're not the same person.
No, they should be.
I genuinely thought they were the same, just pseudonyms.
Yeah. So my name is by Julio Montoro, and I don't even know. I have to open it. Basically, you asked the spectator to write. You have a little name tape that looks name badge.
Oh, I have seen the trailer.
And what did you think?
I sort of thought it was all right from the trailer. Like it's like a restaurant-y sort of transposition, like you're working in the TGI Fridays sort of.
Yeah, you do have to make it up, unfortunately.
If you can square that in your head of having, in certain environments, maybe that doesn't seem too weird. I don't know what those environments are.
No, you're not going to use it. No, so right, what I would say is
a transposition that's not done with playing cards is a nice idea, and having it happen in this area rather than down at your crotch with stuff in your hands. It's good, but yeah.
I'll start. I guaranteed he started off with the best of intentions.
I think he probably always does.
Yeah, I think nothing wrong with intentions. Perhaps nothing wrong with the idea. The execution is a bit poor, and it's the sort of thing I reckon you'd put it together. You might play with it. You're certainly not going to use it more than once.
Yeah.
So if you want it'll amuse you for half an hour.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have TCC Leather Chop Company stock? We do. Just got a brown one in. Just arrived, which is exactly the same as mine. Peter Nardi, imagine it's a new photography deck. You need the mental photography.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, it's
yes.
I got confused by the name, but yeah.
Yeah. There was.
Roddy, hey Roddy. Roddy's got a new trick.
Has he?
It is.
Is it any good, Roddy?
It is.
What's it
very
called?
good.
How much is it? And can we get it?
Penguins.
Penguin sell it? Do they, Roddy?
It's coming out.
Let
It's
us know,
coming
Roddy.
out.
Don't be.
Roddy's going to tell us in a minute.
Artistic Rudini.
Boudini, yeah, no, very good. Rodders will be along for gag tag in a moment.
Right, afternoon from Chris Gillanders.
Hey, hey.
DFT's something I've done. Oh, whoops, I'm writing it now. Roddy McGee, make sure that George Edward Nymer Smith isn't lazy. What's that in relation to? Don't know.
No.
Any books by Uncle Bob?
I mean, go on, you
It's
go.
all, Roddy said it's all right.
Hey, that's that Glaswegian knocking yourself. It's a winner. It's great. Just the name is temporarily gone from me, but it'll be top of the charts very shortly.
Is it Xerox or something?
Yes, because it's Xerox.
Is it Xerox? Because
Yeah.
Xerox is a brand name. Can you call it Xerox?
They'll have got away with it.
Oh, okay.
It'll be some. Is it with a Z?
Or is it an X?
Well, no, Xerox. They something.
Roddy, you got to help us, Roddy. Help us out. Xerox.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes. Well done, Roddy.
I don't remember.
Well done for remembering your own trick. I'll be honest. Sometimes I struggle, so well done you.
Queen Nose trick. Have to change that now. Well, I'm guessing lots of people might be doing it for a bit. I don't know. We were talking about how quickly currency goes.
It's just called the nose trick, I assume now. It's we're just having a chat before we were on, thinking, are the tricks that you feel uncomfortable about doing it? I certainly did last night, but I often feel uncomfortable doing those tricks when they go badly. And are the tricks that you would be delighted to do nothing? Oh, I can't wait to go and do that because that seems so uplifting and royal. But I think that that's a terrible thing. I think you might be concerned about doing tricks, but the idea that you're going to pick your special royal material, that seems super creepy and weird. I can't wait to delight you with like just royal themed conjuring. Seems very odd to me, but you guys may be different.
Right, so I think they've got around it. You see, so Xerox is an X. They've used a Z.
Exactly.
It's
Some people may
completely
confuse those things, but clearly they're two completely different things. We'll see you in court. Yeah, great.
New money now. Roy Brownlow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's got to take a bit of what? I mean, it's got to take. I don't know. Anyway,
It's got to take some time.
Yeah,
I mean,
they can't just go around.
I'm not
mugging
dropping
people.
extreme burn. That's for sure. That's
Oh God, yes. Yeah, so
yeah. Well, last night I had bad Steve Rowe's brilliant sort of daft drawings of the kids' notes.
that's
of the
very
Queen.
good. Actually, yeah. Lots of people ask where they can get the Tyvek receipts from, the Tyvek notes from.
Yeah.
Steve Ocean Man.
They're absolutely fantastic. I'll give a little plug as well for Steve's notes. There's a great gag if you want to do it. Get them from Steve, unless you can get them in here. I'd say get them from Steve because I don't know for sure. Get one of his blurred notes. He does some really good blurred notes. Put it inside of a birthday card. Send it to any kid that you know. You've got to know them. Say, hi, hope you're having a great day. Happy birthday. I've included a banknote. It was raining when I was coming. Hope it gets you okay. Great if they're about 8 or 9 because they'll cry for about a week when they get the what they think is the sodden banknote that's where the ink has run.
Jim Haffey says, hi from Ashtabula, Ohio. I've missed you guys, live shows picked up. Yep, sorry, we've just been... it's random, the random show now.
Exactly.
I did try and record one on Saturday. I had about 9 attempts at recording one.
Just you on your charge.
On my tots, I came in early on a Saturday morning. Right. I was going to be working on the Saturday actually as well, so I wasn't completely mad. And I just had the laptop falling off the pads. I had everything going wrong. Then
That's the one I want to watch now. Yeah.
It was just, but by the 10th recording, I was even more grumpy than I am now. I was literally,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, Bob Cassidy. Uncle Bob Cassidy. Oh, Mentalism.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, the best. So the best Mentalism book I
Got your message,
is James Bliss, Messing with Minds. Really like that one. And then he said another one as well, which I can't remember.
Mentalism, pass.
Prism is Max Maven's thing. It's a very thin book.
That's all the colour series, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great. It covers most methods that you ever come across, from multiple outs to peaks to stacks to whatever it might be. So you get all of the methods, and then you can just run with it. Which Mentalism. Are there that many methods in Mentalism, really?
You wouldn't know it by the amount of PDFs.
No.
So they're not short of putting a staple through some A4, but yeah.
So you get the idea of impressions, pretty much every way of getting any information or forcing. It's
all
pretty much all in there.
That'll save them thousands of pounds because you haven't got to pay the Mentalism tax, which is everything slightly more expensive because you like Mentalism, which I think I'm totally fine with.
Ronnie says, stop mentioning it, it's fine, nothing to see here. So that's Xerox, but not stop mentioning
Yeah.
it. Stop going on about the new trick. It's at Penguin.
Roddy's
It
new
looks very
pocket
good.
killer.
Yep. Looks like you've sold out of TC Job Cups again. Oh, well, that's brilliant. So I'll get some more in next week. Brown or black, let us know. We'll get with King Charles Ears, new trick. Going to release it. All right, Robbie. Doesn't take long for people to.
Yeah.
Have you seen Patrick Redford's new note change trick? It's awful.
No, but I'd like to watch it now.
No, very keen to see it.
Would seem rude for us to watch YouTube right now, but I am tempted to.
Check it out. Don't even know what's it called, Adam, and we'll have a look for it. I think that's about it from us. Yeah, anything? Have you heard of any tricks that have been released that are any good that we've avoided somehow?
My mind has gone blank, but
I can't even think. I'll try to. Any tips on using plastic notes with extreme burn?
Get Steve Rowe to make them for you, or I think Steve sells stuff on his Gimmick King website, and Steve's got the answer. That's my short answer. But yeah, it's all on there. Either Steve will make it for you, or buy the bits and pieces. But it's Steve's got a very smart solution,
and it is completely possible. So
yeah, it's very doable. No more panic. Don't worry, it's fine. You can definitely do it.
There you go. Yeah, well that's it then, I think. Oh, thank you, says Paul.
No worries, Paul.
It's competition time, isn't it? Competition time. Will you be alright? Will you be alright to select a card?
Yep.
I know it's the wrong way round. I know it's a bit like, Could you shuffle them for me?
I can do that, yeah, that's absolutely fine, yeah.
Well, I'm going to type go now while you're doing all of this. Any tips on finding a lost invisible deck? Oh, Roy, is that the best? Is that the level we've reached now?
Wow.
Talking about hang on.
Oh,
Don't start guessing cards yet. You've got to wait for me to
Come round here, people.
No, stop. I haven't put
Stand
go.
down, people.
I haven't put go. I'll be in trouble if I it's not going to count. It's not going to count. So
right, shuffled.
Excellent. Right, okay. If you could just cut the cards for me, and we'll mark where you cut. If you could pull out 2 cards for us, Noel.
I'm going to have this guy and that guy.
Right, excellent. So decks and things, and Nardi. Craig Petty released a thing called, what's it called? All on the Cheat to Cheat deck.
Cheek, yes. Which I watched his Magic Circle lecture, and there was really smart stuff in it. So I imagine that project is great. But yeah, it's having watched Craig taking some dusty old things and going through them and putting a spin on them. Yeah, really, really impressive. Best lecture I've seen in a very long time, actually, that was.
So there you go. So head over and get that. And also, so there's, if you don't know the Cheek to Cheat deck, it is, cheers, Aaron. It's been around a long time, and people like, who's the hospitality guy? Bob Sheets.
Yeah.
Bob Sheets has a whole act on it, and Paul Wilson used it for Spectrum. And Justin Miller had something called X Marks the Spot.
It's sort of hidden in plain sight, isn't it?
So, but they were all virtually standalone things for 30 quid.
Yeah,
you'd get the one trick with the deck, and I'm guessing it's probably about 30 quid. And you
get a bunch of routines.
Get a bunch of routines.
And knowing Craig, probably 15 hours of instructions, so you won't be short of instructions.
So yeah, head over and get that. Sorry, well, have we been a minute yet? Do you reckon? I didn't time it. Does it feel like a minute?
Feels very much like a minute now.
Should have a little peek. We'll have a little peek, and then we'll. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, yeah,
Not bad.
I'll put some money on that. Right. Let's stop. Right. I'm assuming that stop's come up. I can't see it on here yet. Is the keyboard plugged in? Yeah. There you go. Right. So stop now. Okay, your answers will not be verified or adjudicated or counted, or but you may still pay. You might still pay for that. I'm sorry. Right. Here we go. So where's the go gone? This is so much easier when there's
A bit more.
right, there's the go. Right, okay, well, good luck to everybody. Especially Alistair, because I'm seeing him in a few weeks' time. So, it's the Ace of Hearts.
And the King of Spades.
Which is, well, see, I would say pontoon, but people would say blackjack.
I'd
these
say
days.
pontoon as well, and my dad would.
Yeah, pontoon.
Pontoon. We're British, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Irish, but you know, you get the idea.
Are you Irish?
Yeah.
Ah.
Hence the what was red hair.
That was a while ago, though, wasn't it?
Coming for a good time.
Ace of Diamonds, very close. Six of Hearts, Four of Spades, Four of Clubs, Seven of Spades, Ace of Spades. Oh, no one's going to go for an ace, are they? It's too obvious.
No.
Eight. Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be awkward.
Do it again.
Do you want to choose some more? Ace of Hearts!
Winner.
Danny Marsh. I didn't think anyone was going to get that. Well done, Danny. And then we just wait for the King of Spades now. Oh, Danny, you've only meant to do it once, mate. You can't keep. Oh, Danny.
Oh, this could be a problem. Let's go through the adjudicators.
No. Oh, Danny, it's just okay. So it's one entry each. So we have to see what your first one was. Oh no. Oh, Danny's very keen. Danny, God bloody hell, he's done the whole deck. Right. Okay. Well, we have to, dear Danny, I think you might be disqualified. Right.
Nothing, is there?
You look for something close to the King of Spades. I'll look for Danny's first.
I'm legally blind. It's a miracle. I can hear.
Ace of Spades. That's close to the King of Spades, isn't it?
Sort of between the two of them, isn't it?
So that's got. I think it's got to be Billy. Billy's got to be the winner. Oh, Danny. So Ace of Hearts wasn't your first guess. So Danny, you haven't won, Danny.
You were so close.
I'm sorry. So now we've got to look for. Oh no! Now we've got to look for something close to the.
Wow, stand by. This has got a big finish.
So two of Hearts, three of Hearts. Just. Sorry, babes. Sorry, babes. This is. Oh.
No.
Three of Hearts. I'm going to give it to Dean. Okay, so Dean, and who had the Ace of Spades?
Down the bottom on it.
Dean Barlow, congratulations. And Dean Barlow and Billy Rim.
Congratulations,
you two.
Also, congratulations to everybody getting through.
If you're still
4 minutes of us
if you're still
looking at the
watching,
screen.
gosh, I've got to come up with a new competition. I really have. There's got to be a new method, something that doesn't involve any of this. So congratulations, you two. Send me an email with what you want to choose your prize. Go to the PropDog homepage, and down at the bottom you'll see PropDog Facebook Live prize giveaways. Choose something from there. And that's it. And I'm very thrilled to say we have managed to reach the end of the show.
Never a truer word said.
I have Cold Case by Greg Wilson, which I think is great, but the same problem. I don't use it because I prefer to rely on good old pocket changes. Good Yan. See anything else to that? Lots of people saying goodbye, I hope. Oh, Billy's very happy. I said, I hope. I said Ace of Hearts. Maybe there's an issue with my accent. It's a nice try. Right.
Brilliant.
But yes.
The Xerox of Hearts.
Dear. Right, so that's it. So thank you all very much. We shall see you in a week or 2 or 3, assuming it'll be a Friday, assuming it'll be around 4 o'clock. But who knows? So take care and see you soon.
Happy magic.